This is the same story as
So
the.
here, the South Africans now hit where it hurts the most by creating a singer.
So for the story to end, it was simply an agreement for South Africa to hand over power, not decided on the
So the UN gave South Africa a mandate to Namibia so they can mandate the country until we can put our own people in.
I know a Zambian president ruled this place at some point. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if he was scared taking or something. It must have been at this point. It's called probably you'll be raising from your history, but during his death, it was recorded. I think it was during this transition.
Yeah, I think during that time there was someone that had to.
Yeah, that was a Zambian
Yeah,
guy.
because the UN gave the mandate to South Africa to just look after until we can put our
Yes,
own people in.
and then they decided to take it up.
They decided to take it up.
So even the South Africans, they handed it over to still the white South the Boers.
They saw all the Boers.
Yes, I get it.
So here they're just taking pictures with their new guns they have.
These are Germans also.
These are all South Africans.
Okay.
Here we have the guys that wrote the impeachment letters so that the UN can hear what's happening in Namibia.
Impeach the Germans or impeach the South Africans?
South Africa.
Okay.
So this is now the South African side of the story.
So this is the first team here.
This is the first team here.
Okay.
So then we have the guy Hosea Kotako, which is named after the International Airport of Namibia.
Okay.
Samuel Hendrik Witbooi, which is the grandson of Hendrik Witbooi. Sem Nyoma, including Hans Bierker.
Yes.
And then the rest of them that wrote this impeachment letter so that the UN could hear what's happening in Namibia.
This is the same story as
So
the.
here, the South Africans now hit where it hurts the most by creating a singer.
What's this now?
So this was a massacre that the South Africans did.
So what's this setup? Burning them or frying them?
This is a missile. And with the missile, if it falls, it's going to bomb the second time.
Oh, okay.
So that just shows here.
And South Africa is just here. All this.
This is South Africa.
Wow.
So then the guerrilla teams fighting and hiding, then they decided to now bomb one of the exile camps, which was in the borderline of Namibia and Angola, on the 4th of May.
This is what
1978. Yes. So this was in the morning. These people on this place were mostly women and kids and young boys, and mostly injured.
So it was both the Angolans and
These were
Namibians?
all Namibians
Okay.
that went into exile. Most of them didn't survive,
Yeah, obviously.
and then this was the end result.
After the bombing?
So these are attacks on.
So this is between the border between
Namibia and
Angola.
Angola.
Okay. Civilian support?
Plain peace. So then now they needed to support the civilians because if they can do something like that to civilians, then
Yes.
they needed to now start also involving women and start bringing soldiers to be just ready there and fighting for those civilians.
Yes.
Here we have the Bantu education system where they were going to school but also ready for war.
Wow.
And also the political mobilization.
Real education. not just covering one aspect, but everything is
But
covered.
everything is, yeah.
You can fight, you can articulate issues,
And then you can also have a basic knowledge about
Yes.
what's happening. Here we have the different countries that helped Namibia during our liberation war. So we had Cuba, North Korea, China, Russia, and Zimbabwe.
yes.
These were all communist countries that helped Namibia and with their leaders. But then we later got help also from the UN and different other European countries, including other African countries. I usually also get help from the...
No, you're good at it. Yeah, the R is very pronounced, but mine is very light.
So here we have the president of Namibia. So this is a little bit way after...
after you're granted that?
Yeah.
But you said you fought. How come?
No, this was granted a little bit later.
Oh, okay.
So this is just in context of, since this is here, they just put this next to it.
Okay, I get it.
With the petition letters and the UN.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
They're next to it.
But this petition letters...
Way. Okay.
Because we had to fight actually to get back the country. And we went through a lot.
That's what.
Here we have the labor system. With the labor system, what the South Africans were doing, you get 1 meal a day. They put you to work and you work like a slave the whole time. On top of that,
so pretty much it got worse when the South Africans took it.
It got so worse because we also had apartheid in Namibia.
Because of the South African system.
Because of the South African system. So the South African municipality and the government ruled Namibia in total because we had the South African president, and then everything he said was done here in Namibia.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was like a province of South Africa in short.
It was actually one South Africa.
Yeah.
That's what their plan was. So this is the economical aspect where now our mines and the harbor were now also controlled by the South Africans.
Yes.
So this is racial discrimination against the black people of Namibia.
Mm-hmm.
So racial discrimination happened because of the apartheid system that they introduced. Whenever you are black and you're trying to march for your rights, you either get burned, beaten up, thrown into jail, or all of the above that do the kill.
Yeah.
So then the bench here was placed in Walvis Bay where it says no blacks allowed. So this was part of the apartheid system that also happened in Namibia.
So this would be placed at a bar or what?
This would be placed in the middle of the city.
Oh,
and this is
blacks were not allowed in the entire city?
They were not allowed in the entire city. Unless you work for them, you're not allowed to be in the city. Even if you were there, you're not allowed to sit on the benches that are saying blacks not allowed.
So let's say, for example, you're a maid. Where were the maids staying?
You'd mostly just stand the whole time. And just follow them or be at their houses. And even in their houses, there are certain places that you work and certain places that you should not go into.
Wow.
Here we have the exile. And the countries that Namibia was exiling into. So Angola, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Botswana were the main countries for exile, especially Angola.
So you see why those countries are coming back after you guys.
Yeah, we just went for exile. We actually came back to our country.
No, I'm saying that this is why they're also coming back after everything.
Yeah, but they are planning on living in our country.
They're not intending to.
They
want to become citizens and become president at some point.
Yeah. So with South Africa, we never went to South Africa for exile because South Africa is going through the same thing.
Yes.
But my mom had different plans. My mom is going from apartheid into apartheid, so she ran from South Africa into Namibia.
She wasn't aware of the system.
She was not aware of what's happening this time.
Yes.
And then we were asking her that, why didn't you just continue to like Angola?
Probably it was better.
Yeah, and then she's like, what if the next country was going through the same thing?
Yes. You never knew. The fact that you moved from South Africa and then you found the same situation and what
would be the outcome on the other side?
Yes.
That was her thinking.
Yeah,
so then she decided to stay here.
Smart decision.
The struggles of workers.
Yes.
And how they were being treated in their workplaces, especially with being burned or being beaten up.
Yes.
Yeah. Then
This is after independence, right? Or
this is during the time of fighting for the country back, actually.
From
not even independence yet.
Yeah.
And this is the youth resilience.
Yes.
Where the youth could not take it anymore and they were fighting back.
Yeah.
And most of them would end up in prison.
This is a lady or this is a guy, eh?
That's a lady. Yes.
Okay.
On this side we have the church, the roles of the church. So the role of the church was, as Namibians, we had all our ethnical beliefs, but then when the Germans came, we were introduced to Christianity, where now about 95% of Namibian people
are
Christians. And that's how the church came to be involved.
Okay. So it was part of the fight or against the fight?
It was somehow in the middle.
Whoever wins, they're going to be on their side.
Yeah.
I get it.
But the church was a huge help for some people that were actually running for refuge after like some certain things.
Yes.
Here we have the People's Liberation Army of Namibia, where our president, Sam Nujoma, was.
That's the gentleman in the...
No, that's another guy.
Okay.
Where he was also part of the frontline soldiers. So at a point of time, he did also fight. And he was also the youth president of the SWAPO party, which is the Southwest People's Organization.
So who's that gentleman in...
That one is the commander of the army.
Is it the same person here?
That's two different people.
Okay.
They look the same, but they're very different.
Yeah, that's
There
true.
their pictures are.
At the bottom here?
Now, looks different. Okay, here we have the People's SWAPO.
Yes.
And how it was formed back then. So the SWAPO party was formed by all of those people that are in this picture. Back then it was a different name, and then later they changed it into SWAPO party. So SWAPO stands for Southwest People's Organization.
Okay.
So
That's before Namibia was named...
That's before the name of Namibia even came to be.
Okay.
So then back then we were known as Southwest Africa.
Yes.
So then the party was named Southwest People's Organization.
Okay. Established in April 19th, 1960?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for taking the time to visit my YouTube channel. Make sure you click on the subscribe button, you click on the notifications to get the notifications of every video that I upload. I try to upload every week, sometimes every day of the week, but definitely each week you expect a video. So make sure you click on the subscribe, like this video, and there's much more on the playlist. So visit the channel and see you around.